Now, one of the things that you tend to do also too here, right now this is a string. I want to convert this into something I can actually use and process. So right now it's just one string. Each row is just considered a string. I want to actually convert this to a POJO, or you might hear the term Java model. So I'm going to go here and say new, and just hoping here I could see record. So I'm going to say Java class for now. And in that class, I'm going to say here model dot, and I'll call this state. So put it into its own package here, or sub level of the package. And I want to use the record in Java. And I'm going to make it have the first parameter will be a number. So I'm going to say here integer uh, index, I'll call it for now, string state name, and here this will be the population. I'll say here integer population. Okay, so let me see here. This is complaining a little, so I'm sure some of my settings are off. So I'm gonna see I got public record. Let me move my mouse over here. It says set language to preview. So I'm gonna do that and see if that fixes the problem. Looks like it did fix the problem. Okay, cool. Okay. Now my goal is to convert this data here to actually to be a record. So that way I can actually process the record eventually. Okay. So let's go and do one more thing here. Let's go to resource utility. I'm going to make this a little bit smarter now. Okay. Now I'm going to go here, do Control C here and Control V. I'm going to add another one here, and this I'm going to change here, and this will take in another parameter, and that parameter is called a function. Uh, as you say, function data type, and it's going to take in a string. I know what this is going to represent is a function that takes in a string, and then I'm going to say here dash t, and then I'm going to say here, I'll say here map for now. Let me make this return a null for a second. Okay. Now this t is going to be the type that I want to pass in. So in this example, I'm working with a state. But in the next example, we might be working with marginal tax, or you might be working with students' grades. I don't know what the type is going to be. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to define that type so we can pass it in. So the way you do that here in this method, I'm going to say here dash t. Okay. This is complaining because I think I need to import it, so I'm going to import that class here. Okay. All right. Now I just want to make sure I didn't break anything. I just don't want to break anything right now. So, and that's why I added this, because I know I have tests that already have this, and I want to make sure I didn't break anything. So I'm going to make this now call get, and it's going to get here the file name, comma, okay, and file name, sorry. This is going to be the skip. And this right now is going to be, this represents a function that returns this type right here. Okay, that's what it represents. So here, I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to say here, this is a lambda expression. Well, I'll say here, E like that. And if I do this, I don't know if this will take. Looks like it took for now. Okay, I'm going to save this, save all. So this is not finished yet, but I want to make sure I didn't break anything. So notice everything is still compiling. I didn't break anything. I'm just going to run this test just to make sure it still works. So good. Everything still works. I didn't break anything, but of course I didn't introduce anything really new yet. The magic will come in a few seconds, okay? So I promise you. All right, so the whole idea of this function here, again, this represents something that I take in a string and I'm going to pass you the data type that I want returned because I'm doing generics here. So I can pass any method, I can pass anything that I want back. All right, I'll continue.